Alright, hello everybody, my name is ABK and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today's video everybody is a special one. I know I've taken a few more days to upload this video because I wanted to make it much better and much more enhanced. So I did take a bit longer in making this one. There's like a 4 to 5 day gap between my last video and this one. But basically this video had to take a bit longer. You all will see why. So if you all have been watching my channel for a while, you would be knowing that I usually play Pokemon and Brawl Stars on this channel. Now Pokemon, I was doing a Pokemon Insurgents Nightmare Lock, which is basically a way to make the Pokemon game harder. That series is on hold for now, and this is the reason why. Welcome everybody to episode number 1 of our Pokemon Emerald Kaizo Hardcore Nuzlocke. Now, firstly, what is Pokemon Emerald Kaizo? Well, basically it is an advanced version of Pokemon Emerald that makes the game much more difficult for the player to play. What changes does it have? Well, you have the ability to use all Pokemon from Gens 1 to Gen 3. You can basically get all of them. Now the reason why it is harder is because one, the Pokemon you get are pretty bad, and even if they're good, they have bad move sets. So you have bad moves and your Pokemon are just weaker. Secondly, you cannot skip any trainer in the game. You have to battle every single trainer in the game. None of them are skippable. And third, your trainers have insane teams with insane movesets and 31 IVs. Now one thing to note in this game, there are no EVs at all. There are 0 EVs in the game for every single Pokemon, including your own as well as trainers Pokemon. So it's only based around IVs and base stats. A lot of moves have been changed, moves have been added, everything like that. The game is extremely difficult and one of the most difficult ROM hacks that you can find. Now what is a Hardcore Nuzlocke? We'll first go on to what a Nuzlocke is. So firstly, a Nuzlocke is basically certain rules that make a Pokemon game much more difficult to play. The first basic rule of a Nuzlocke is that you are only allowed to get one Pokemon per area, and if you fail to catch that Pokemon, you cannot get any Pokemon from that area, and basically you forfeit your encounter if you are not able to catch it. Second rule, if a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead and you cannot use that Pokemon any longer. It has to be placed in a death box in your PC or it needs to be released. For this series, we will be putting all dead Pokemon in a death box, alright? The third rule, you have to nickname all of your Pokemon so that you create a special bond with them so that it hurts even more when you lose them. Nice rule. So those are the basic rules of a Nuzlocke. Now what is a Hardcore Nuzlocke? Well, it's basically extra rules that make it even more difficult for the player to play, okay? First rule of a Hardcore Nuzlocke, you have to play on set mode. Set mode is basically where you don't get to know what Pokemon your trainer is sending out before you make your own switch. So there are two modes, shift and set. On shift mode, you get to decide if you want to switch Pokemon before your opponent sends in their next Pokemon, but in set mode that does not happen. You can think of it as how competitive Pokemon battles go. If you've ever seen any VGC game, you would know how it works. Second rule, you are not allowed to use any healing items in battle. Actually, it's not just healing items, it's all types of items. So you can't use healing items, you can't use X items, you can't use berries, none of that. You are not allowed to use any item in battle. Now actually that is an add-on in Pokemon Emerald Kaizo. It literally does not let you use any items in game other than Pokeballs, right? But there is one thing where you can give Pokemon held items such as berries before the battle starts. That is allowed, but you cannot use any healing items in battle. And the third and most important rule, there are level caps set for each gym leader. So how it works is every gym leader as well as the Elite Four, they have a separate level cap, which means that you cannot exceed that level cap with any of your Pokemon, and if your Pokemon do exceed that level cap, you are not allowed to use them until you beat the next gym, pretty much. So for example, in this game, Roxanne has a level cap of 16. So if any of my Pokemon become level 17 before the Roxanne fight, I am not allowed to use them until we beat Roxanne. That's basically how it works. I've been wanting to do a hardcore Nuzlocke for a really long time, and well, Pokemon Emerald Kaizo is a great way to start it off because the game is blowing up right now. So without any further ado, let's get into this. So here we are everybody, we've spawned in Little Root Town. Pretty much I've skipped most of the intro because that's just there in every other vanilla Pokemon Emerald game. So here we're just going up, and now we can see Professor Birch is running from a Zigzagoon. He's having trouble facing a Zigzagoon, and he tells us to pretty much go and select a starter. Now the starters in this game are the same. You have the choice of Torchic, Mudkip and Trico. For this run I've checked, and the best starter to pick is Trico. So that is who we pick for this run. Also, one more thing, for this episode I am doing post commentary as there was a bit of an issue. From next episode onwards we will have normal commentary. So as you can see, the Zigzagoon is level 2 and our only move is quick attack. Now looking at our summary, you can see we have the overgrow ability and calm nature. Calm nature is alright, but it isn't that great because it weakens our quick attack damage basically. Now you may be thinking, well, it's a level 2 Zigzagoon, should be easy, right? Well, turn 1 the Zigzagoon goes for sand attack, lowering your accuracy, which is great. We land another quick attack and it goes for another sand attack. So right now we're at -2 accuracy. And this wild Zigzagoon has a berry juice, bringing it back up to full health. This is amazing, right? Yup, this is great. And now it will keep on spamming sand attack until we pretty much lose the battle. So this is how Pokemon Emerald Kaiser will go, everybody. And also one more thing, if you think I'm going to beat this on my first attempt, just know that on YouTube, from what I know, there is only one person who has beaten the champion while playing Emerald Kaizo as a hardcore Nuzlocke. There's only one person as of what I know. There are so many streamers right now trying to beat the game, but guess what? It's super difficult, so don't expect me to beat it on the first try. Seriously, don't, okay? I think of myself as a decent Nuzlocker, but just don't. So as you can see, we're keeping on missing our quick attacks, and this thing is landing swifts which are dealing a good bit of damage to us. We're missing again. Zigzagoon uses Swift, we're left on 1 HP, we use quick attack, and the Zigzagoon runs away, just so that we don't faint. Oh, that's very thoughtful of the Zigzagoon, right? No, we hate Zigzagoons in this playthrough. Now Professor Birch brings us back to his lab, he thanks us, everything like that, and he decides to give us our Trico, which is our starter mon for this series, okay? So now it's time to name our Trico. For this run, I've decided to keep a certain theme for nicknames, which are Gemstones. So we're going to be naming our Trico Jade. Jade is a sort of green gemstone. I know that's been skipped over, but just know that we've named our Trico Jade. Now right now, as you saw, we got the old rod, which will be important later on. Keep that in mind. Now it's time to take on May on Route 103, I think this is. I might be wrong, don't quote me on that. Now it's time to take on May, the first actual trainer battle of Pokemon Emerald Kaizo. So she has a Torchic level 5. You may be thinking, well, this should be easy, right? Well, technically no, and technically yes. We go for quick attack, Torchic goes for scratch, does a decent bit. The Torchic has speed boost, which will make it faster every turn, but psych, we have a priority move, which means that we will go first every single time. So this Torchic will never outspeed us because it does not have a priority move, which means we will always go first. Now you can see we're taking a lot of damage. We actually died to a critical hit, but we get the critical hit on the Torchic. We're left with 2 HP and another quick attack later. We beat May and her Torchic. Easy first battle, right? Things will get much more difficult from here on out. Now after this, we basically skip the part to where May gives us Pokeballs. So our Nuzlocke challenge has officially started, everybody. Officially started. Now in Little Root Town, we use our old rod, and basically here you can get two Pokemon, Luvdisc and Goldeen. We get Goldeen, but Luvdisc is much more better for this, okay? Luvdisc is much more better for this, so sadly we got the worst encounter, but you know what, that is alright. Now we've brought it down to red health, as you can see, and it's time to throw a Pokeball, and we catch it first try. That's great, right? Well, Goldeen sort of sucks, so no actually. Now it's time to name our Goldeen. Guess what we name it? Let's see. Come on, show it to me. Man, doing post commentary is seriously difficult, but alright. So, will it show? Come on. Okay, well, at this, okay, cool. I was going to do a plug, but you know what, I'll do it now. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying this series. Let's go. Alright, so we named the Goldeen Rose. I think it's based on Rose Coral, if I'm not wrong. I've actually played through part 1 like 2 weeks ago before even doing this post recording session, post commentary sessions. So yeah, right now I'm just showing its stats, which are okay. It's got Bubble Beam, Psybeam and Haze, which is fine, I guess. Now going to Oldale Town, one thing to note, in Emerald Kaizo you can actually get Pokemon in every single town. Now in this grass patch you can only get fire types, so we can basically just get fire types from this area. We encounter a Growlithe, okay? Now Growlithe is a good mon, right? It has a chance of holding a Fire Stone if I'm not wrong, which means that we can pretty much evolve it right away. We go for a Psybeam, it does about 40% and it goes for Roar. So we've lost our Oldale Town encounter, everybody. Yep, that's right. Third encounter in, and yeah, we just get rid of it. Now we encounter a Wingull, which is pretty bad, I would say. Wingull isn't that great in this game either, but that's fine, we will deal with it. You actually want a Sunkern from here. Sunkern has been insanely buffed, and Sunkern is actually a really good mon in the game, so you want Sunkern from this place. Now we confuse the Wingull with Psybeam and we skip it. Why? Because, well, the Wingull almost killed our Goldeen with Wing Attack, and so we had to run away. So we've lost 2 encounters as of now. Great first attempt. Now we have a Wild Sandshrew who is again not really that great. Once again, it doesn't learn any ground type moves, which kind of sucks. If you all don't know, Sandshrew did not learn Earthquake as a level up move until Gen 6, which makes absolutely no sense, but alright. I think it does learn Earthquake while level up, but even then it doesn't learn a ground type move for a really long time, which I don't get. Now we're naming this thing Andalusite. It's based on a light brownish gemstone, so that's what we'll be naming it. Now it's time to take on another second trainer of Emerald Kaizo. There you go. So first up is the Sentret. It has the Cyst, which is, I guess, good to know. We did poison it previously with Poison Sting, so just keep that in mind. And a few turns later we use Scratch, and yep, the Sentret goes down. First Pokemon down. This guy's next Pokemon is a Zigzagoon, who we hate in Emerald Kaizo. Pretty much it has Swift and Sand Attack again, which is not that great. We use our first Bubble Beam and it surprisingly does a decent bit of damage, as you all will see here. It does about 50%, so another Bubble Beam and this thing should go down. And we land it, and yep, Zigzagoon goes down. Now he has one more Pokemon left, which is a Poochyena. Now Poochyena, this thing actually has an interesting moveset. It has Super Fang and Bites, so you have to be a bit careful. But we take him down. First trainer of Emerald Kaizo down and out. Now next up we have this last, she leads off with an Igglybuff, okay? So Igglybuff is a pretty weak mon, right? It's pretty weak, am I right? Well, it's time to prove you all wrong. Present does freaking 9 damage. 9 damage. That's way too much. And it does literally nothing to Andalusite. So yeah, I don't think they've buffed Igglybuff that much. I think they've buffed Present. So yeah, later we take the Igglybuff out, and now it's time to take on Sunkern. Now this Sunkern has Protect, so it's gonna stall. It has Mega Drain as well, so it's going to heal as well little bit. Because we're Grass type, it will really do no damage to us. And yeah, it's pretty much a stall fest at this point. And then I figure out this thing has Synthesis. So I'm thinking, is there any way for me to kill it? Well, yes there is. I have to use Poison Sting and poison it. And the Sunkern has Leech Seed as well. So it has Protect, Mega Drain, Leech Seed and Synthesis. How the heck do you kill this thing without massively over leveling? Well, by having a fire type on your team. Guess what? Our Growlithe roared. I know, I skipped the part, and the Lucite died, so did Rose. We're at 2 deaths and we're only left with Jade to take this thing out. I'm speeding this part up. Boom, 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 boom. As you can see, the health is going down, down, and the Sunkern goes down. There is one Pokemon left, Togepi. Now I think here I use Absorb to heal a bit of health. That is right. We use it. It does pretty much no damage. We get 2 health back. The Togepi has Metronome, and guess what move it gets? Wing Attack, which kills Jade. That's right, first attempt is already over. Because, well, we couldn't get all of our encounters. Nice stuff. I will see you guys in the next attempt, which is right now. So as you can see, we're back. And yeah, we're back in Little Road Town. We're fishing again. We've taken Trico once again, just so you all know. And we get a Love Disc, which is the better encounter that you want here. Okay, you all will see why. We decide to name our Love Disc Star Ruby based on the stone Star Ruby. I think that's pretty obvious. Next up, we go to Old Ale Town, where our encounter is a Magby. Magby is actually a cool mon. Magma, Magmotor, pretty cool as well. We name Magby Red Coral. Next up, we go up. I don't know what the route is called. I think it's 103. And we find a Skitty. Now Skitty is an okay encounter. It isn't the greatest, but it's fine. We decide to name our Skitty Pink Opal because it's a sort of light pink color. So is Skitty and the Gemstone. So that's what we name our Skitty. Pink Opal I think is a cool name. Let me know what you all think of the name. Next up we go to Route 102. And here our encounter is an Electrike. Manectric I think has been buffed a bit in this game, so Electrike is okay. We decide to name it Heliodor. Heliodor is a green gemstone, that's what we named it. Alright, now we have all of our encounters, and as you can see, Pink Opal is able to kill the Togepi. We have a new personal best, baby. Let's go. Beautiful stuff by the team. Alright, now moving on, we're here in Petalburg City. It's either Petalburg City or Petalburg Town. I'm not sure what it is. We go into the grass and we get an encounter, which is a codfish. So you can only get water types from Petalburg City, just so you all know. We catch it and we name it Garnet. Now I don't know if it's pronounced Garnet or Garnet. I will call it Garnet just for this run, because I think it's just a better name than Garnet. Next up we move to Route 104, I believe that was, and our encounter is a Nidoran female. I don't know why it has Nidoran question mark there, but sure. We have a Nidoran female and we decide to name it Chrysocolla. Now Chrysocolla actually has 2 L's at the end, but because the name wouldn't fit otherwise, we have only given it 1 L. Alright, just so you all know, there's only 1 L here, but there should be 2 L's. Next up we move to Petalburg Woods, where we can go into the grass and get another encounter, which is an Oddish. Now Oddish is also an okay encounter for the first gym and second gym, but after that it sort of falls off a lot, so it's good for now, but we won't use it later. We name it Aquamarine. Alright, Aquamarine the Oddish. That's an okay name, I would say. So now after we do this, we move to the sort of first boss battle in the game, which is taking on this Team Magma Grunt. He has 5 Pokemon, really strong Pokemon as well, just so you all know. And yeah, let's just see how it goes. So First up, this team Magma Grunt leads off with his Magnemite, and we lead with Red Coral. Now Red Coral has Ember and Karate Chop. At this point, Karate Chop will just do more damage. Ember will do more damage, what am I saying? It almost dies in one hit, and I think it used Thunder Wave on us and then we killed it, so great. First Pokemon down. Next up is Coughing, who is using Thief, which does basically no damage to us. That was a crit. We get the Flame Body proc, which means it's burned, and well, Thief won't be affected by it because Dark is special in this game, but you know what, that's okay. Later we take the Coughing out with Star Ruby and it dies to the burn pretty much. So 2 Pokemon down, 3 more to go. Okay, next up he goes into Hound Tower. Now this Hound Tower is actually a tough one to beat as it has Toxic, Pursuit and Super Fang. So it prevents you from switching out when you use Toxic, and it uses Super Fang to bring your health down. So you have to be a bit careful with this Hound Tower. As you can see, it uses Toxic on Pink Opal. Now if it uses Super Fang, we are in big trouble as it does use it right here. So I am getting a bit worried of what will happen. We use Secret Power and it gets the Paralysis, which is clutch, which actually saves us because now we're able to outspeed the Hound Tower and take it out with another Secret Power. So that's good. 2 more Pokemon left. Next up is Duskull. We switch into Jade, who has Pursuit, and pretty much this Duskull is another stalling set, so you know it's just pretty easy. You have to have the right moves. As you can see, it has Confuse Ray as well. We are able to break through the confusion at this point and we kill it. Nope, I'm wrong. Garnet takes it out with Aerial Ace. His final Pokemon is Bagon. Now for Bagon, I go for an Aerial Ace, which does an okay bit of damage. It goes for Headbutt, which actually does a lot more than I would have liked, and pretty much later on we take it out with another Aerial Ace. The first boss battle of this game has been taken down. Great stuff, boys. This is looking like a good second attempt. Alright, now as you can see, we're going up the ladder, and what? Who is that? Who is that? Who is that, you may be thinking? Come on, everybody can guess it. That's right, it is none other than former Kanto champion Pokemon Trainer Red. That's right, he has the music as well, which is brilliant, great stuff. So Red is a rival for us in this game. This will not go well. The dots, guys, the dots say it all, the dots say it all. Pokemon Trainer Red. This is absolutely incredible to see as well. This is just incredible that they could add him in the game. So yep, let us take him on. He leads off with an EV level 9. We lead off with Star Ruby. Now this thing has Curse, which increases its attack and defense, and it has Rest, Snore and Quick Attack. So pretty much what you have to do here is use Charm so that it reaches to a much lower physical attack, which means it will do less damage and you can kill it with special moves. So as you can see, I'm speeding through this part of us using Charm and the Eevee using Curse multiple times. It's swearing a lot, I know dude, that really sucks, right? We're family friendly here, so it is pretty bad. I don't know why Red doesn't train his Pokemon to not swear, but that doesn't matter to us. So Quick Attack still does 4 points of damage when it's probably at like -4 or -5 attack, which is absolutely crazy, but okay. His Eevee has a Citrus Berry, so it goes back up to full, and a few moves later we take his Eevee out. First Pokemon down. Next up is Pikachu. We switch into Jade, who uses Thunder Wave on us. That is really okay, it's not that big of an issue. Now with Jade, you basically spam Bullet Seed, and at this point the Pikachu goes down. That's right, 2 Pokemon down for Red, 0 Pokemon down for us. The next Pokemon he goes into is Charmander. Now for Charmander, I decide to switch into Garnet because it's water type, so he should be able to take the fire type move that it goes for, which is Flame Wheel. Okay, so it goes for Flame Wheel, and sadly it does burn us, but in this game water type moves are special, so it doesn't affect us and we kill the Charmander in one hit. Red has 2 more Pokemon left. He goes into Bulbasaur first. Now Garnet is obviously weak to grass type moves, So after healing up, I switch into Red Coral, who can deal a big chunk of damage to the Bulbasaur and take it out with another Ember. Now Red has one Pokemon left. That one Pokemon is Squirtle. Alright. Now Squirtle, I decide to switch into Heliodor, who is an electric type who can deal a good amount of damage to Squirtle. The Squirtle goes for Fake Out turn 1, but that doesn't flinch us because we're switching in. Now the Squirtle goes for Yawn. Fun fact, Yawn is now a 1-turn move in Emerald Kaizo. It's usually a 2-turn move in the actual games, but it's a 1-turn move here. And later on, Pink Opal takes his Squirtle down. So that's Pokemon Trainer Red taken down. Honestly, I thought he would have definitely lost a Pokemon in this battle, but we thankfully didn't, so that is really cool. Now moving up to Rustboro City. Here in the patch of grass you can only encounter grass type Pokemon. So our first encounter is a Shroomish. Now Breloom is a pretty good Pokemon, right? It gets moves like Spore, Mach Punch, Brick Break. It's got a good decent move pool. We decide to name it Bloodstone, which is a sort of light green brownish color, and it has a tint of red, which I mean Breloom has too. Now the route to the right of Rustboro City, we encounter a Natu and we decide to name it Titanite. Titanite is a dark green gemstone, so that's what we name it as. Next up we go up and left of Rustboro City into the fishing area where we get a Kabuto. Now we name it Andalusite, but I misspell it and I name it Andasulite. So I'll be calling it Andasulite for the rest of this run. Okay. Now we move on to the gym. Okay. So the level cap is level 16. We can't over level obviously, so I train everybody up to level 13, level 14 for this. Here is the first trainer, School Kid Josh. Okay. His first Pokemon is, if it will load, it's a Geodude. Okay. We lead with Aquamarine and we use a Mega Drain, which should one-shot the Geodude. That's right. We do one-shot, which is great. Now, after this, moving on, we gain some EXP. He goes into Omanyte. Okay. Now, basically with Omanyte, this thing has Aurora Beam, as you can see here. Aquamarine takes a non-crit, which is brilliant. We go for the Mega Drain, which does a ton of damage, as you will see, but almost killing it in one hit. We gain a lot of HP back and we have to just survive another Aurora Beam, and this thing should go down right then. As you can see, we tank another Aurora Beam and another Mega Drain later, his Omanyte goes down. He has 2 more Pokemon left at this point. Now, he switches out into probably his best Pokemon, which is Sudowoodo. Why is this Sudowoodo strong? Because it's a fully evolved Pokemon and it is level 12. We gain our Oranberry health back, which is great. Now after this, I'm basically thinking of what to do. Because this Sudowoodo has Rock Tomb, Calm Mind, Ice Punch and Thunder Punch. So once it starts to set up Calm Minds, its Ice Punch and Thunder Punches will do massive amounts of damage. So we have to be a bit careful, okay? So we go for 1 Mega Drain and he goes for Calm Mind. This is not looking good for us because it is raising its special attack and special defense, and that is a massive issue. I go for another Mega Drain, which does another okay bit of damage, brings it into the yellow, which is somewhat useful. And now the Sudowoodo goes for Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb does a good bit of damage to us, but we are able to live the hit. It is a critical hit as well, so okay. Our speed gets lowered as well, so at this point it also has a Citrus Berry, I forgot. So it's back up to full health, which is not great. We go into Star Ruby to tank the incoming Ice Punch because that is what you have to do. Now after tanking the Ice Punch, I decide to go for the risk because there's nothing else I can do. I think I go for Water Pulse here, am I right? Or am I wrong? I don't know. Let's see. Yep, okay, I go for the Water Pulse. Now the thing is, Thunder Punch crit can kill us at this point, but there is nothing else that I can do. And it goes for another Calm Mind. So at this point I'm pretty sure Thunder Punch will just kill us in one hit no matter what. So here I decide to make the switch into Trico. That's right, we make the switch to Trico and it goes for another Calm Mind. This thing is setting up a lot, and pretty much at this point I just have to take the risk and deal as much damage as I can. I go for Bullet Seed, and would you look at that, we get a critical hit which brings it to red health, and another Bullet Seed later the Sudowoodo goes down. If we would not have gotten that critical hit, we pretty much would have wiped to that Sudowoodo right then and there. Now this trainer's final Pokemon is none other than Zubat. This Zubat is a big issue as well. So at this point I switch into Red Coral, who will tank the incoming Aerial Ace from the Zubat. The Zubat now will go for the Aerial Ace and it gets burned. That's right. Oh wait, nope, not yet. Not yet, boys. It goes for Hypnosis on us, putting us to sleep and all as well. So at this point I just have to spam and try to wake up. Later on this thing does get burned, which is pretty good, which will basically reduce its Aerial Ace damage, and later we are then able to wake up a bit later as well, and then yeah, we should be able to take it out. Why is it lagging so much for me, dude? Oh my god, it's lagging so much. I mean, you all won't be able to see it, so it might be a bit off with what I'm speaking, but pretty much what happens is we burn it and then we just kill it later with Ember, okay? Oh my god, this lag is super bad. But yeah, that's pretty much what happens. I will skip to the point to where that takes place. Now, the rest of the gym trainers will be in the next episode of Pokemon Emerald Kaizo. Now they'll be in the next episode. Everybody, that will just take place in the next episode. Now obviously if you all have enjoyed today's episode, I would really appreciate it if you would leave a like and subscribe, as it really does help out a lot. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment down below as well, and share the video if you want to as well. I would really appreciate all of it. Now videos will be a bit less consistent, but I will try to make Emerald Kaizo one of my main priorities, because yeah, this will already take a ton of time. So yeah, we'll see how long it takes, but yeah, expect it to at least take 2 to 3 months. If it takes less than that, I'm probably the best Nuzlocker in the world. Alright, so I think that's it from me. Once again, if you all have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.